Good day, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of Off the Charts. Today we will be ranking the albums from Stony Brook's, New York's Blue Oyster Cult. Now, before we start the ranking, I do have a little story to say about this band, and this is back when we were stupid little teenagers, like young kids who didn't know anything. So, I had never heard of Blue Oyster Cult until I was probably 14. That was in 87 ish, something like that. Anyway, 86, 87, around that time. So my friend Steph had come to school with the Blue Oyster Cult t-shirt, as we all wore these group or band t-shirts in high school. And he came over. We didn't know who Blue Oyster Cult was, and my friend Yan would start singing the Blue Oyster Pub song from the Police Academy movies, when Police Academy was, what, da 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 da. So anyway, we associated it with that, and I was like, oh my god, was it like not cool to know Blue Oyster Cult? I know he never wore that shirt again. Fast forward to a few other years, one of my friends decides, he's like, oh my god, Dan, Blue Oyster Cult is like, you gotta hear this. I'm like, nah. Fast forward to some more years again, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get myself a greatest hits, which I have on CD somewhere. Again, good, not great. But then I'm starting to listen to these another YouTube channel here, Sea of Tranquility, and they keep talking about Blue Oyster Cult and how much they love them. And my friend Pascal too was like, okay, this, and even Yan was like telling me about these guys. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Like, all in. This is last year, in 2021 was when I first owned my first Blue Oyster Cult album. So anyway, I asked my friend Pascal, so which one should I start with? So anyway, this is where we're going off. So I will be ranking what I have here, their whole collection, which is 14 albums, and we'll go from there. So again, all this happened last year in 2021. I bought the whole collection. I was like that much in love with the band. So here we'll start. Like I said, I like their albums, pretty much all of them there. Some I like not as much as others. So I'll explain why with a couple of examples here. So we will start with here at number 14, which would be this one right here, The Curse of the Hidden Mirror. It's a good album. It's very solid too. It's just not the one that I would say put it on like when I want to hear some BOC there. I love Dance on Stilts. Showtime is good. One Step Ahead of the Devil. Anyway, it's a good one. Not probably my least favorite right now, but again, this can change anytime. Since, like I said, I pretty much discovered these guys and bought all their collection and within like a couple of months, so it'll change here maybe. Number 13 will be their first album. Now, some people will be, oh my god, like the first albums are so good. I'm like, yeah, they are good. The songs are there. It's the first 3 albums. It's the sound of the instruments. Like, there's no bottom end, hardly any distortion on the guitars. I mean, there's still some good Stairway to the Stars, Transmaniacon MC. I got it right there. What else was there on here? Cities on Flame and Rock and Roll. Obviously, we all know that. That was on the greatest hits. No, like I said, very good album. The thing is with the first 3 albums, you listen to them and you always discover something new every time you listen to them. But sound-wise, it's not what I like the most about this band here. Number 12, the infamous Flop from 1985, apparently. I like this album, but the drum sound is really a product of its time here. Like, this was made in 1985, and the drums are... No, I'm sorry there, but like, there's some good songs on this here. Probably my favorite would be Dancing in the Ruins. I was like, this is a great song here. White Flags also I like. Spy in the House. Beat 'em Up, actually. And funny, Lee Aaron did a cover of Beat 'em Up on one of her second or third album. I forget. The one where she's holding a chain there. Anyway. she did the cover of that. I was like, I didn't even know at the time it was a Blue Oyster Cult song, but there you go. So, good album, a product of its time because it just sounds so 80s and like, but the bad version of the 80s there. But like I said, songs are there, just production wise, yeah, could have done without that drum sound there. Next up here at number 11 would be their sort of, when they started a little comeback here, Heaven Forbid. This is actually very good here. Harvest Moon, great song. X-Ray Eyes, I love that song too. Which one would I? Still Burnin', which is apparently is a part 2 to Burnin' for You, which was a hit for them in 1980 or 1981. I forget the exact year, but very, very solid album. Not the best album cover, to be honest there, but you know what? It is what it is. Up here at number 9 will be Tyrant Mutation. Again, the songs are there. It's this again. This is part of their first 3 albums called the Black and White era, because all the album covers are black and white. But 7 Screaming Disbusters. You guys got to listen to that song. There's got a million different riffs in there. I'm like, how the hell do you remember all this by heart? Mistress of the Salmon Salt. Quick Line Girl. Also, I like that one. So, songs are there. There's no bottom end, and again, not as much distortions on the guitar yet. But I said more to come for that. But yeah, that's number 10 right here. Number 9, the one that came right after this, which I find is the best one of the first 3 albums. But these ones, the songs, like I said, are really there this time here. Career of Evil, Dominance and Submission. Yeah, that's a great one. ME262. Flaming Telepaths and Astronomy, where they start their little ding 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 piano thing there, which all is the same note and all that there. Again, sound production wise, you know, it's lacks bottom end and again distortion guitars, but this is my favorite of the first 3 albums here. Apparently saw a favorite from many people here, but anyway, this one here is at number 9. Number 8 will be this one here. This is where they kind of started losing popularity a little bit there, but man, that first song, Take Me Away, that's a rocker and a half right there. Love that song. Shooting Shark also is very good. Shadow of California, love that one too. Feel the Thunder, Dragon Lady. There's some great songs on this here. Like I said, it doesn't get enough love, but they sort of started to change the drum sound, which is pretty much the album that came after, which was Club Ninja. Same story for that there. So number 8, The Revolution by Night. Number 7, Spectres. Now this is part of the classic albums here, and it's probably got my favorite or one of my top 3 Blue Oyster Cult songs here with the Golden Age of Leather. You guys got to listen to this song where it just normal rock song, then it goes fast with just amazing riff on the guitar by Buck Dharma. I was like, who the hell thinks of that? But there's some great stuff. Are You Ready to Rock? Godzilla, I'm starting to tire a little bit of it. It's probably their biggest hit that I'm a little bit tired of there. But again, and I Love the Night with a nice little ballad there. It's not love power ballad, just a very creepy little ballad. Love that song. Good album right here at number 7. Number 6. I don't know much about what happened with the recording of this, but probably they were all broken up and then they came back and did this album, but it's not really them playing. I don't know the whole story, but needless to say, the album is great. Like, I really like this album a lot there. Les Invisibles, In the Presence of Another World, The Siege, and okay, the song titles are way too long to talk about right now there. But this, it's a great album. It's just, I don't understand. I don't know the whole story behind it there as to who recorded what, why, and when, but whatever. This one here stands at number 6. Number 5 would probably be their classic one, which would be Agents of Fortune, which holds the famous cowbell song, Don't Fear the Reaper. I also love ETI on this here. Sorry, I'll just take a little sip here. This Ain't the Summer of Love, Tenderloin. This is, like I said, this is probably their most popular album here. And I've actually gotten my dad hooked on this band too, and he's like, "Oh my God, Don't Fear the Reaper. That's probably one of their better songs." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a good one there." So this one here is at number 5 for me. Number 4. The Symbol Remains. Wow, what a comeback album this is. Like, this just came out like 2020. Wow. Wow. That Was Me. Box in My Head. Tainted Blood. What a catchy song. That's a great song. And of course, the famous The Alchemist song is on this here too. And you got to listen to the guitar solo here. If you like your Halloween guitar solos there, listen to The Alchemist by Blue Oyster Cult. But even the first 3 songs I mentioned too, this album really kicks ass. Like, very, very good. Like, there's not a dud on this here though. And I love how the album ends with that the song Fight. It goes, last one, turn out the lights, and then click, and it just ends like that. I was like, oh, that was a good ending right there. So that's what number 4 right there. Number 3 would be Mirrors. Now apparently this was like a going back to a little bit more simpler music, but still the whole album, the songs are good here. Dr. Music is great. The Great Sun Jester, In Thee. I love that song too. And probably my favorite here is I Am the Storm. Again, simple. Apparently this didn't go as well as the other ones there, but this is a very solid entry also. More simple Blue Oyster Cult. More to the point, not as long songs, but very, very good album too. So now we're back to the, there's only 2 left here. So at number 2, I'm going to put this baby right here, Coltosaurus erectus. Now, hit songs are not as much on this album, but man, like from A to Z, this one's made by, produced by Martin Birch, if I remember correctly. And Black Blade, Monsters, if you want rock, mixed with jazz, mixed with, I don't even know what else. The Marshall Plan, great song too. Hungry Boys, Lips in the Hills, there's another one there too. So, again, number 2 right there would be this guy right here. And look at his album cover, beautiful. It's part of an old painting I read up on there. I'm not an expert on Blue Oyster Cult, but for the love this band has given me, like how much I love the music of late there. Like, I read up on these guys and I looked up like everything that needs to be regarding those guys. So I guess I consider myself an expert for knowing what they what they've been through all this years there. But anyway, number 1. So pretty much there's only one left here. So would be this one here, Fire of Unknown Origin. Now I did mention my friend Pascal earlier. And he's like, which one should I start with if I'm going to start a Blue Oyster Cult collection? He goes, Fire of Unknown Origins fairly worth. Put it on. It was good. Sorry. Then the more you listen to it, you're like, my God, the deep cuts are so good. There is not, it's one of those albums, so you can, like, first listen, you're like, that was good. But there, the more you listen to it, you're like, my God, there's a lot of weird songs. Like, it's not... Apart from, obviously, Burning for You, which was a big hit for them. The other ones are not really radio-friendly hits there. But, man, did I play this one. Like I said, we all know we all had a shitty year in 2001 here. Myself included, trust me. But, yeah, these guys here, like, pretty much, like, put me in a better mood just by listening to this here. Like, Fire of Unknown Origin. Now, this one here, my dad's like, there's one song that he loves on this. It's not Burning for You. He likes it. Like he's like humming me. Can you play that song there? You know, na, 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 na. I was like, Veteran of the Psychic Wars. Yeah, that one. I put it on for him. He goes, yeah, that's the one. I was like, wow, of all songs, that's one of his favorites. Vengeance, The Pact is great. Joan Crawford, Don't Turn Your... Like, honestly, the whole album rocks here. So, that's number 1 for me. So, like I said, hopefully you liked my little 14 album rating of Blue Oyster Cult. Like I said, I'm still ashamed to say that I didn't know any... Well, not that I didn't know anything there. I just didn't give them a chance with stupid little how we were back in the early high school there with the little dumb comments there. But I was like, wow, what have I been missing? And as I, like I said, musically, if you guys like really good music, good songs, great vocals too. Well, their Blue Oyster Cult is that, and I've got my little book here that I'm reading here by Martin Popoff at the same time. So anyway, thank you for listening and tuning in there for this ranking here. Tell your friends. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again. And we'll come back, I believe, sometime next week with my next episode. So see you guys soon. Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.